This is called Deliver Us from Evil. Deliver us from evil. The falling flakes had made it all seem dreamlike. He tucked down his hoodie as he rode. The first delivery was easy, thought Hong, practically around the corner from the takeout. A pretty blonde girl in a red sweater was waiting inside the street door of number 129 when he rode up. She came out, gave him $30, told him keep the change and Merry Christmas as he passed her the steaming plastic bag. He never even got off the bike. Looking east, he blew some snowflakes off his lips and put his head down into the wind, his teenage heart shining inside with thoughts of Christmas, full of love glowing like a neon sign in the night. It wasn't like the city was shut down, he thought. Messy was more like it. He rode the beat-up bike through the slush, through the ruts and furrows in the snow plowed by people's feet, stepping quick to get home for Christmas Eve. The ride was a slog, bumpy, but there were few people on the streets and he felt he was making good time, even with the flurries flying in his face. He glanced back at the bags of food, still secured on the rear carriers, then took a few quick, deep breaths, exhaling bursts of steam. He dug his China-made knockoff Timberlands into the pedals, pushing and leaning forward, rolling toward the soft lights and shadows of the projects in the distance. As he rode, he felt the quiet anxiety that lurked in the back of his brain, concern for his own safety. But at least the rickety bike was holding its own. He remembered past trips there when neighborhood kids accosted him as he pedaled away after a delivery, calling after him, "Ching chong, chinky, chinky, chinky," and yelling kung fu screams. But he also remembered a nice fat black lady who gave him a $5 tip after he delivered a large shopping bag of takeout for a party she was hosting. He could not remember which project's building that was, except that it numbered in the 400s. He calmed himself by remembering that in the holiday season, people tended to be more generous with their tips, especially on cold, snowy nights. He thought about meeting up with his high school friends later and gradually made the right turn onto the long, dim stretch of Avenue D into the forbidding shadows of the Jacob Riis projects. He passed several buildings rolling beneath the naked branches of the tall trees, 20 and 30 feet high, a skeletal canopy of limbs waving in the air above the lampposts, whipping shadows everywhere in the courtyard. He passed the raised platform of playground apparatus and realized that what he imagined were bodies huddled together were actually piles of black garbage bags somebody had hoisted there. A few more quick breaths. On a hunch, he turned left into a smaller courtyard, hemmed in by the high-rises, straining his eyes in the dim light, looking for the numbers on the buildings. And following the curving line of lampposts that brought him around to brighter yellow glare, he began to decipher the numbers. Great, he thought. Having arrived at the first 400 building, he was proud that he'd come so close to the delivery address his first try. He chained the bike to the low iron railing that bordered the playground area, double-checking the address on the receipt. He undid the takeout from the rear carrier and went across the number 444. When he entered the lobby, he heard Christmas music playing somewhere, drifting down through the elevator shaft, carried along with the faint smell of urine and feces. He tapped the elevator button, measured his breathing, and considered having to make change for the customer. The elevator door opened with a sound of scraping metal. He instinctively peeked inside, making sure it was empty before stepping in with the bags of food, knuckling the button for the 14th floor. The floor numbers lit up as he was carried aloft, floating on the Christmas music, thinking about the Chinese club party and how late he was going to be.